Okay, starting out in child's pose, we have our big toes touching. You can sit on your heels and take your hands out so that your head comes all the way down. And if your head doesn't really want to come all the way down yet, no problem. You can rest it on your forearms. You can even rest it in your hands. And then it's nice to kind of, I think, wiggle side to side, shifting your weight into one hip and then the other. Notice if your low back feels tense or if your hip creases feel tense today. And if so, does one side seem like it might be holding a little more tension than the other? And then find some stillness. And we'll just take some time to breathe deeply here. That is all. Big spacious inhales. Fill your entire torso, your belly, your rib cage. Big strong exhales. Empty all of the air from your lungs. And let's keep breathing deeply like this. Through your nose as much as is possible, okay? As you breathe, allow your jaw to relax more and more. See if you can feel your shoulder blades just melting off of your back here. Let the shoulders relax. And take a little time, now that we've been here for a moment and we're a bit more settled in, take some time to notice how you're feeling. Just check in with yourself here. Physically, what's going on? What kind of tension are you holding? Do you notice any particular parts of your body more than others? Also, as you continue to breathe deeply and slowly, notice your thoughts. Notice your mental and emotional body and anything that you see. Look on with amusement and compassion as your thoughts continually go from the future to the past, to the future to the past, and try to bring them to the present by noticing what is happening right now, what you feel, what you hear. All right, my friends, let's start to move a little bit more. So walk your hands out away from your hips. Keeping your hips really heavy. Could you walk your fingers as far forward as you can? Maybe keeping your forehead down, okay? Maybe lift your elbows, kind of peel up and open in your armpits. You might rock a little bit, twisting side to side. You might even come up on your fingertips. So I want you to start to feel your upper body kind of opening up. We tend to hold a lot of tension in the chest and shoulders and armpits and neck. Now let's bring this back through center and palms down if they were up. Pull yourself up to hands and knees. Okay, from here, I'd like to stretch the wrists out a little bit. So flip your palms up so your fingers point back at you. You can do one hand or two, okay? Whatever makes more sense for you. But let's do a few cat-cows with our hands flipped over. So inhaling, pull your heart forward. Think of arching your upper back as you lift your spine. And exhale. Press the floor away. Use your strong front body as you open up the back of your body here. And let's take a few more breaths like that. As you inhale, your back body is the strong part, okay, opening up in the front. As you exhale, strengthen in the front, open in the back. Keep breathing. You find some nice waviness in your spine. Okay, next time you come forward into that cow posture. So your heart is pulling forward. We have the belly button lifting up and in so that all of this expansion really goes into the front of your chest and the top of your spine. Take a few more breaths here, arching your heart forward. Try to keep a long neck. And then on your next exhale, push the floor away, round into a cat pose. And let's hold it here for a few breaths. Again, push against the floor, lift your belly button, try to lengthen your neck as you let your head go. Couple more breaths. Nice. Bring it back to a flat back. And then if you were stretching out your wrists that whole time, flip your hands over. That was a really nice wrist stretch. So I'll get us up off our wrists now. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, and walk your hands back to your feet. Find a forward fold here. And we'll just hang. So I really want to encourage you here to bend your knees very deeply so that you can really let your upper body hang. Let your head be super heavy on your soft, floppy neck. And maybe sway. Take some deep breaths. Notice the backs of your legs. Okay, do you feel tense in your hamstrings? How does your back body feel? Are you able to really hang here? If not, try bending your knees more. Really let the head come down. Okay, it's so healthy for us to put our spines in traction sometimes. So come back through center. We're going to pause and rise up. So pressing into your heels. Inhale, push down into your bones. Think of stacking your vertebrae like the first time, reaching up tall at the top of your inhale. Maybe a tiny back bend. As you exhale, drop your hips nice and low. We'll find a chair posture, and I want to hold here for one big breath in. Drop a little lower on your exhale. Nice. Come up to standing on your inhale. Lift your heart. And exhale here, hinging at your hips. Fold it down. Come halfway up on your inhale. Look forward. And with your exhale, big fold all the way down. Palms are down here. We'll inhale and walk it forward to a plank. So we're going to start to get warm. Feel free to modify and use your knees in this plank. As we exhale and come halfway down, elbows to ribs, okay? You can use your knees. Inhale to press yourself up to a plank. Go ahead and reach up with one hand. Make it a side plank. You can drop your bottom knee if you need to. Okay. Let's do the same thing. Exhale down to the plank. Halfway down, elbows to ribs. Let's do the other side plank. So inhale up to your plank. Reach up with the other hand. Okay, side plank. You can drop the bottom knee here too. Exhale down to your plank, halfway down. Hold there. And inhale up to your plank. Exhale here. Walk to your hands and fold. And we'll take a little time to fold here. So bend your knees. Hang your head, swing. Hopefully finding a little bit of extra space in the backs of your legs here. And then we'll continue to warm it up. So as you're ready, we'll do that little flow again. Here goes. Inhaling, push into your heels, roll it up. Reach up tall. Exhale down into your chair posture. Okay, Utkatasana. Hold here for a full breath in, pulling your knees together. Exhale here to drop a little lower. Maybe look up. Nice. Inhale to stand, heart up. Exhale to fold, hinge it down. Halfway up as you inhale. Very big fold as you exhale. Okay, palms are down. Inhale to plank. You remember that little side plank flow. Let's do that again. Feel free to use your knees. Exhale halfway down. Inhale up to a side plank. Maybe lift the top leg if you want a little challenge. Exhale to halfway down, plank. Inhale to the other side, plank. Keep the breath moving. Exhale down to your halfway plank. Hover here. Inhale back up to plank. And exhale here. Hands walk back to your feet. Just like we did before. Take a moment and just hang. Swing side to side. And then we're coming up. So inhaling here, push into your heels. Here comes that little vinyasa again. Exhale here, drop into your chair. Full breath in. Full exhale, drop lower. Look at your hands. Inhale to stand all the way up. Exhale, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down. Inhale to your plank. Okay, we're going to do that side plank flow one more time. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, halfway down. Control it. Inhale, other side plank. Exhale, halfway down, hover. And inhale up to your plank. Nice. Exhale here, walk to your hands. Take some time to fold here. So hopefully feeling a little bit warmer in your arms and legs. As you're ready, inhale here, roll yourself up. Let's bring the right leg all the way up in front here. So you're balancing on your left leg, right knee up in front. Exhale here, point the right toes at the back of the mat, leaning forward with your upper body. We're going to drop the right toes to the mat. Crescent lunge. Inhaling, heart lifts up nice and tall. And exhale, all the hands down around your front foot. That's the left leg, okay? So inhale, send the left leg way up and up behind you. Exhale, send the left foot forward. Drop it between your hands again. Inhale here, back up to the same crescent lunge you did before. Exhale here, lean forward. We're lifting that right leg up off the floor, pulling it up and in to center. So just where we started here, and then let it go. Okay, other side. Inhaling here, reach up with your hands, left leg up. Exhale, left foot back, toe touches down, boom. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down around the right foot. Inhale, right leg up and out behind you. Stick it out in the air. Exhale, right foot drops between your hands. Inhale, back up to your crescent lunge. And exhale, lean forward here. Send the left leg all the way up into the air. And then let it go. Nice. Let's do that again on the right side. So inhaling, reach up tall. Okay, right leg up. We're going to do it a little different this time. Exhale, right toe sends itself toward the back of the mat. We're going to drop the right heel here. Okay, inhale, open yourself up to a warrior two. Okay, drop a little lower here. We're going to sink and kind of breathe into this warrior. So in your warrior two, open wide. Okay. We're really bending nicely into that left knee, making sure your left knee points at your middle left toes. See if you could point your tailbone, kind of curl it underneath you, point it out in the direction you're facing. And drop your shoulders down your back. Okay, drop that right hand to the right thigh. See if you can slide it down and reach up with the left hand. As you do that, intentionally sink into your left hip so that you don't lift it. Nice breath here. Reaching out through all your fingers of your left hand, dropping into that left hip. One more big breath in here. Come on up through Warrior 2 and then keep that left hand reaching. Reach a little further. Reach a little further. Okay, check it out. Right hand to your right hip. Left fingertips on the floor. We're going to step the right foot a little closer in. Okay, left fingertips can walk out away from the left foot until you can launch that right leg up into the air. Okay, so half moon, I'm going to have to move up a little bit because I'm up against a wall. So half moon here, extending out through that right leg. Opening, stacking right hip and shoulder on top of left. So if you ever need to just drop that foot, no problem. That right foot can come down. But if you're feeling pretty good here, you can try lifting off of one. Maybe just one fingertip of the left hand can stay down, or maybe you can hover those left fingertips. Keep the right leg long and strong. Maybe one more big breath in here in your half moon. And then we're letting it go. So left finger's back on the floor. We'll drop the right toes back to the floor too. All hands down in front. Come on back to a downward facing dog. And walk out your heels here. It's really our first downward facing dog of the practice. So notice how it feels. Start to push forward into your hands and pull back through your feet. And somewhere in the middle of that, lengthen that spine. Okay. Here we go. Inhaling here, pull your heart forward, find a plank. With your exhale, hop or step to your hands and fold. Roll it up with your inhale, and we have the left leg coming up in front here, just like we did before. But this time, exhale, send the left toe back, and drop the left heel to the floor. Inhale, open yourself up into Warrior 2, so facing to the left, and I'll spin around to face you. All right, warriors, so check to make sure that the right knee is pointing at your right toes, your middle toes. You're opening wide out to the left. And let's see if we can point the tailbone out to the left as well. Shoulders nice and low. See if you could sink down into it. Remember to keep your legs really active here, okay? Always push down in the bones and pull back in through the muscles. Keeping that strength and stability in your legs, start to reach back with the left hand. You can kind of slide it down your left thigh if you like. Let's get the right arm up, but beware. Drop into that right hip while you do that. Keep strong in your legs. Lift that right armpit. Nice work. Okay. Exalted Warrior. One more big breath here. And we're starting to come back up through Warrior 2, reaching out with the right hand past that right knee. Okay. We need to step forward with the left foot a little bit. Okay. And get the right fingers on the floor in front of your right foot. And as you're ready, start to walk them forward. And if you run into a wall like I'm doing, you'll need to back it up. But you walk those right fingers maybe a foot forward and a little bit out to the right, and you can launch that left leg up into the air. So we think of stacking left hip and left shoulder over right here. And we think about the left leg being really long and plugging it in to your hip socket so it's super active up there in the air. And maybe you just keep 2 fingertips of the right hand down, maybe 1. Maybe you float them. Keep breathing here. So helps to find something to look at that's not moving. All right, a speck on the floor does really well. Maybe 1 more big breath in here in your half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. And then let's get the right fingers down, the left toes down, all hands down, and I'll meet you in a down dog. Walk it out here. Notice how your legs and shoulders and low back feel. All right, let's keep moving. Inhaling here, find your heart moving forward to plank. And exhale, hop or step to your hands and fold. Roll it up as you inhale. Okay, right leg comes up in front. Exhale here, right toe to the back of your space, just like we did before. Okay, but this time, inhaling for your crescent lunge, we're going to twist. So exhale, palms come together. Bring them in front of you. Take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. And we'll pause here and just breathe for a little while. So if you need a break, you can make this more gentle by dropping the back knee. No problem. The right knee can come down. But if you like this and it's kind of a fun challenge, you can think of opening your arms wide, maybe sinking the right armpit low until you can put the right fingers on the ground and the left fingers up. And remember, long spine as you twist. Keep breathing deeply. Okay, one more fun option to play with here is a bind. You can put your right hand under your left thigh and reach the left hand behind your back to find your right, wherever you are. One more big breath in. One last big exhale. Let that go. Okay, all hands down in front here, inside your left leg. And we'll go ahead and drop the back knee. That's the right knee. And let's just take a few rocks and rolls here, moving the hips forward and back. Take it a few more times. So we're kind of looking for how the back of the left leg is feeling, the left hamstring. We're also noticing the front of the right hip and how that feels. Next time you come forward into a lunge, okay, your left knee is bent and your hips are sinking nice and low. Let's just pause here. And we'll just breathe a little bit and enjoy this low lunge. So just want to remind you that this can be a really relaxed posture, but to get the most out of it and to really enjoy all the benefits of this posture, activate your legs at least a little bit into the floor. So push down into your legs. Notice if you feel any release along the back of the left, front of the right. Maybe coming down to your elbows is good. If you have a block, feel free to use your block as well. And if you want to hang your head, go for it. But just keep your neck really long, okay? We want softness all around the neck and the ears. You can let your head really hang here if you want to. Continue to gently resist the floor. Maybe one more really long, slow breath, just right here. And as you're ready, come back up on your hands if you are down on your elbows. And we'll just pull the hips back. So really lengthening the back of that left leg. And let's pause here. Maybe you come up on your fingertips if it's hard to keep your spine long. do the fingertips because we want that long spine if we can get it. So put a really nice flex in your left ankle and feel the back of the leg letting go, the calf. If you want a little bit more in your hamstring, you can kind of kick down into that left heel and pull back on the left hip. Think of trying to send the right hip forward at the same time. Breathe right here. And you can kind of play around with this stretch. And I want to encourage you to always experiment and play around. So figure out whether you prefer to point the toes of the left foot maybe a little bit to the left. Maybe it feels better if you point them a little to the right and you go more on the inside of the leg. So you can kind of focus your lengthening. Do you want the outside, inside? And next time you bring that foot back to center, we're going to let this go. So bring this left leg back to hands and knees, palms down, tuck your toes, and I'll meet you in a downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Push into the floor, bones push down, muscles pull in. Okay, just notice how your legs feel. Notice your breath, your heart rate. All right, and let's keep going. Inhaling here, find a plank. Exhaling, hop or step to your hands and fold. Okay, roll it up on your inhale, all the way up. Okay, and that left leg is coming up. So balancing on the right leg. Okay. Left toes back, exhale. Inhale for your crescent lunge. And now we're going to do it all on the other side. So exhale, hands down in front of your heart. And you can take the left elbow to the outer right knee, hook it on there, and just look out to the right. And we'll twist for a little while. So I'll spin around to face you. So we're twisting. So remember, a long spine is really important to us in our twist. You can drop the back knee and make this more gentle. If you want to spice it up, you can slide that left armpit low and touch the floor with your left fingers while you reach up with your right. It's going to deepen that twist. Okay, I really want to encourage you to use your big breath when you're twisting. It's one of your greatest tools for your health. Big inhales with your long spine. Big exhales, belly button to spine. So take a few more. Maybe play around with this bind. Okay, left arm hooks underneath right leg. Right arm comes around for the left. Keep pushing the floor with your legs. Maybe just one more breath here. Release yourself from this twist. Hands down in front of your, out in front under your shoulders, and we'll drop the back knee here. And we'll just move in and out of a lunge here, pulling the hips back and pressing them forward. So starting to notice the back of the right leg. How does it feel? How's the left hip feeling? And then next time you come forward, you're bent in that right leg. Let's pause here. So we're in a low lunge, and we really have a lot of options in a low lunge. So I want you to interpret it and make it feel just right. But no matter what you choose, please engage your legs at least a little. Think of pushing down into the floor as you pull back in your muscles. So continue to breathe. We'll take some time just sinking into this. You might want to come to your elbows. Although that's not necessary, okay? Most important is it feels nice, you're having a good time. Drop your head if you like, but keep your neck long. You notice, where do you release here if you give a little resistance into the floor with your legs? Maybe one more breath in your low lunge. Okay, we're gonna let this lunge go. So come back up on your hands if you were down on your elbows. Pull back on your hips. So now we're lengthening the back of the right leg. You can do up on your fingertips here. I find it easier to keep the spine long. And we want that long spine. So cultivate that. Cultivate a strong flex in your right ankle, and then kick down in the heel to activate your hamstring. And that will let go a little bit more. So pulling back on your hip, okay, activate your quads too on the front of your thigh. And then once you're starting to feel some nice opening on the back and outside of your right leg, start to play around with pointing the toes to the right to get more into your IT band, pointing the toes to the left to get more into your inner thigh, and just figure out, where do you need a little extra space? If you find a particularly sore spot, okay, chances are you just discovered your new favorite stretch. Okay, bring it on back to center. We're gonna let this go. So bring this back to hands and knees as well. Swing it back. I'll meet you up in a down dog. So here, a few breaths, and then we'll keep moving, okay? And we'll start to bring the energy level way down. So inhaling here, heart pulls forward to a plank. Exhale, hop or step to your hands, then fold. I want to stay in this fold for a little while and just kind of enjoy it. So we got the legs a little bit warm. So hopefully hamstrings and calves feeling nice. Bend those knees just as much as you need to. And really let yourself hang. Shake your head. It might feel good to join your hands behind your back here and move them away from you. Feels nice in the fronts of your shoulders. You can sway, extending one leg more than the other. Going side to side. And then release your hands if you join them. I want to play around a little bit. Okay, so get your palms down. So if you need to bend your knees to do that, great. Go ahead and bend your knees. Step your right foot in front of your left, just like you're walking on a balance beam. Okay, so the right foot is directly in front of your left, and then pivot on your right heel. Point your right toes to the right. So when you look at your legs, you've formed an L shape or a right angle, okay? If you need to bend your knees right now, go for it. You can get really bendy here. And just enjoy, hang your head, and breathe. But if you're feeling pretty good and you can extend your legs, do it. Make sure you get your palms down, okay? If you want a little more, you can start to walk your hands out to the right, so all your fingers point out to the right. And if you so want more, you can walk your fingers so that they point all the way at the back of your mat. Really nice stretch for your hips, your outer hips, your low back. Keep your neck long. A few more breaths here. All right, let's make our way back to center. So bring your hands back in, feet step back to normal here, and we're just going to switch sides. So step your left foot in front of your right, like you're on a balance beam. Okay, you can bend the knees generously here. Pivot on that left heel to point the left toes to the left. And now you've formed another right angle with your feet. You can walk your hands to the left. You can walk your hands to point all the way behind you. But either way, keep breathing. Hang your head. And find a nice little spot, maybe in your right outer hip this time, maybe your low back, that you can release a little bit of tension. Maybe one more breath here in this nice twisty fold, this inversion. It's so many things in one. And then bring your hands back out in front. Feet back to normal here. Just go ahead and bend your knees till you come all the way down to a seat. You can lean back on your hands and just shake your legs out. Windshield wipers for a moment. Notice how your body feels. All right, my friends, from here, one hand behind each knee. See how slowly you can roll yourself all the way down to your back. As you land, one knee in each hand, stir your hips out. We're going to really massage out the hip socket on each side. And let's rewind it. Okay, knees come back to center. Pause here and let the left leg go all the way out. Just let it rest on the floor. Let's give a really nice squeeze of that right knee in toward the chest. So try to ground your shoulder blades if you can. Pull that right knee in towards your heart. Take a few breaths here. And as you're ready, we'll turn this into a twist. So use your left hand to move the right knee all the way over to the left. And see if you can get that right knee all the way to the floor on the left. You might rearrange your shoulder blades to make this more comfortable, but we're going to send the right arm out to the right. Drape that armpit open, so maybe bending your elbow. And really dig big, deep breaths here. Okay, think of trying to ground your shoulder blades, even if they don't come all the way down. Lifting your heart. Think long spine, inhale. Belly button to spine, exhale. Maybe one more breath in your twist. And then bring the right leg back in through center. Release it to the floor, let it rest. Here comes the left knee. Let's bring it up. Squeeze that knee in towards your chest. Try to ground your shoulder blades. Sometimes I like to give my hands a little resistance here and push the knee back into the hands as the hands pull it in. Sometimes you can get a little extra release that way. And then as you're ready, we'll turn this into a twist. So use just your right hand to pull the left knee all the way to the floor on the right. See if you can get it all the way down. You might rearrange your shoulder blades, but we'll reach the left arm out to the left. Look in that direction. Deep breath in this twist. Long spine, inhale. Belly button to spine, exhale. One more breath here. All right, bring it back into center. And we'll let the left leg go as well. And take a moment to fidget into your resting posture because we have indeed made it to Shavasana. So allow your arms and legs to flap out nice and long and soft. And let go of all control. Let your breath just run wild. Notice how your body's feeling. Let go of all effort and sense of doing and just allow your tissues to be heavy. Let go of trying to control your thoughts. Just bring your awareness back again and again to this moment. Notice the rise and fall of your chest and any sounds you hear around you. Rather than trying to shut out your environment right now, invite it in. Let it be a part of your experience. So please keep resting just like this for as long as you can. 5 minutes would be great. Okay, longer is better. But this is where I will leave you today. So thank you so much for practicing with me and for taking care of yourself.